Hello, everybody, and welcome to Qualifier Weekend. It is day one, and if I can get to 7 match wins before 2 match losses, I'll qualify for day 2, and if I can do the same thing on day 2, I'll make it to the Arena Championship and the Pro Tour. Let's build the deck, shall we? And if you enjoy this sort of higher stakes, limited content, let me know in the comments. I'll do more of it. Okay, what rares do we have? Oh, these rares are not that good. This is nightmare scenario. We have Phyrexia and Obliterator, which is really hard to use. Mirex, which is okay. The Silex doesn't do much. Tablet's actually alright. And overall, we're hoping that we have a lot of commons and uncommons that are cheap, because those rares are pretty garbage. Like, not very good. There are some good rares in this set, and those are not among them. Okay. So, my first thing I look at when I'm going through white is, does it have any 2-drops? And we have 1 2-drop, but we do have 2 ossifications, 2 planar disruptions. That being said, I don't really love playing a bunch of removal spells if I don't have the creatures to back them up. You kind of just need to have early creatures, and these guys don't really count because they're really bad, and these guys don't really count because I don't have any 2-drops to follow them up. So white has removal, but not much else going for it. Let's check out blue. We've got 1 2-drop, 2 2-drops, 3 2-drops, and then a couple of auguries. Interesting. So maybe we can pair it with something else. Eye of Malcator, probably not very playable and sealed. Got a Raptor. So overall, blue is kind of looking mediocre as well. Let's check out black. Black has a couple 2-drops. The Obliterator, which isn't really playable because it's too heavy color requirements. Testament Bearer. This is not looking great. Let's check out. I mean, black just looks terrible. I can't imagine playing black. Red, we've got a 2-drop, a 2-drop. Great removal spell, pretty good card. Chimney Rabble. Discard, discard. Huh. This is not looking great, shall we say. Our green cards, we have 2 of this guy, 1 of this guy, so our 2-drop situation is pretty weak. We have a Vorak. So we have a blue-white guy, a couple blue-red guys. Okay, well, we have a Terramorphic Expanse, at least, along with this card, so we can probably play 3 colors, or 2 colors and a splash. Okay. So I like my white removal spells. So I kind of want to play those and nothing else in white. And then maybe I go for blue-red. Because I have a lot of 2-drops. I'm just going to put in all my blue and red cards here while I think about things. Oh my gosh. Not all of them. Some of them are bad, but... Okay, so I've added all my blue-red cards and the white cards that I would probably want to splash. I could also splash green, but if I splash green, all I get is this guy. So if I'm splashing white, I can get that guy as well. I can try playing the Grotz, maybe. I get this thing, this thing. Yeah, I don't think I want to splash green for like a Vorak. I don't really want to splash black for anything. Okay, so this is the card pool that we're working with here. And we're going to try to play blue-red and splash these 4 white removal spells. Okay. How many artifacts are in here? Artifacts 15. There's quite a few artifacts. So this card could be a nice card as well. I'm definitely going to play heavier white than I would normally play in this sort of splash. And I think I'm not going to play the Mirex. It does make any color when it comes into play, which is nice. But then it's colorless after that. So let's just start by cutting the bad cards. I'm going to try keeping in these top-end cards for now. I think Jataxian Animus is just... Melded Curator is definitely bad. Animus is probably bad. I mean, I don't really have stuff I want to be proliferating. Definitely don't like Prolacta Phyresis. This deck does have a lot of removal. Eye of Malcator is not really playable, I don't think, for me. Don't really like that guy. I don't love Saba this game. How many 2-drops do I have that are 2 creatures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-drop creatures. I've not been impressed by the Filigree Silex. I do have some oil counter synergies. How many oil counter creatures do I have? I have no equipment. I do not think I can play Bladegraft Aspirant. How many creatures does this deck have? 15. So, I think I'm just going to start cutting, like, random junkers, like Free from Flesh. Picker Plate Golem doesn't really do much for me, I don't think. Maybe I don't need the extra white. I mean, I'm playing... When you're splashing 4 cards, you generally want to have an extra source. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to cut the Scamp, I think. Creature count, 13. Do I have any, like, cards that are technically not creatures, but should be counted as them? Not really. I could cut Mesmerizing Dose. Grotz doesn't look good because I don't have a lot of creatures. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-drops. Kind of want to just run every 1 and 2-drop I have. This is 13 creatures. I need more creatures. What creatures did I cut? That I could add back in. I guess I don't need Molten Rebuke. Like, I have a lot of removal here. I've got 1, 2, 4, 6 removal spells. That's definitely enough, I think. And this kind of removal. So I've got a lot of removal. What's my artifact count here? 9 artifacts for Cephalopod. I don't really want to splash Cephalopod. I do have 1 extra creature because of the 4 mirrored in equipment, which Chad pointing out. I guess I have that thing that works with Grotz. Hmm. I don't want to play this. Probably wrong. Non-creature count is very high. Got a planar disruption and just splash. The 2 ossifications, that'll make my life easier. I could also cut the other planar disruption and then I'd still have... And then just run the 5 mana red one. Make myself less reliant. That way, if I just splash the ossifications, I can get away with 2 planes. I can afford to play the Mirex. Sawblade Scamp is weak, but I like having just extra cheap cards. Same with the Free From Flesh. I don't really want the Free From Flesh. But I do have some oil synergies as well. And just more cheap cards. I'm pretty much just playing the cards for being cheap. I don't love Augury. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5 removal spells. Got Prism to help me with the splash. It's kind of removal. I don't love Atlas, gotta be said. But it does ramp me a little bit. I'm never going to get the poison thing enabled. I'm going to cut it. I have Prophetic Prism, which does the same thing better for me in this deck. Which does give me extra room. What's my artifact count at? 7 artifacts, so I don't really want to play artifact payoffs. This card's tempting me a little bit. Creature count is at 13 because I'm including this as a creature. So I'm mostly thinking about whether I'd want an Augury, which I don't think I do. Whether I want one of these guys, which I don't think I do. I don't think I want this guy, but maybe. Maybe I want this guy. How good is this? It needs to get a lot of oil before it's good. It's like a very slow card. If I did play this and this, I could play the Grots, but I don't really want to play the Grots. It's just too expensive. I could play some card filtering and then try to rely on playing Ovika every game. Okay, I'm not going to play the Grots. Not going to play this. Not going to play this. This is tempting, but I'm not going to play. Not going to play that. This card's just a 2/3 menace for 3, which isn't good enough. The Augury is the cards that are most tempting to me. I think I'm going to run it like this. The Augury is tempting because it can help me find my Ovika, which is kind of my win con in a lot of matchups. But I want to have every early card I have, pretty much. And my curve is just getting cheaper as we go over them. Okay. Let's check our colors. 12, 8. So we want to skew towards red. I think the Mirex is playable in this deck. We don't want too many tap lands. I think 1 is the sweet spot. 7, 6, 1. Yeah. Okay. I think this is going to be the deck. Cool. Looks pretty solid. I'll see you folks in the games. If you've been enjoying my channel, you can support it at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Patrons gain access to exclusive bonus content like my draft tier list for Phyrexia All Will Be One, where I grade every card in the set on an A through F scale and compile it into a handy dandy spreadsheet. I'd like to give a special shout out to the patrons who support at the credits level, and if you have been enjoying my content and would like to help the channel, you can do so at Patreon. Thank you to all of my patrons, and without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round number 1. I did make one tweak to the deck. I'm playing the red tap lane instead of the blue one, so I have 6 untapped reds and 6 untapped blues, plus the Murex. Okay. This is a keepable hand. We're on the play. It's not very good, but it's got the Hazardous Blast, the Rebel Salvo, the Murex to cast some stuff, and the Skull Bomb to maybe buy me some time. It doesn't have a 2-drop, but I think it's keepable because of these removal spells. Probably going to just sack this on turn 2 to look for early drops. Oh, there, I have a red source now. I don't need to worry about it now. Murex is going to be good, I think. And that's a card that dies to Hazardous Blast, so that's really good for me. Nice. Oh, this is going to go very well for me. Sure. This costs 1 less for my equipment. The question is, do I want to equip here? What could they have? There's not like a -3/-3 effect. There's a fight spell that they could then use to kill this. So I'm not going to equip. They can use this Skull Bomb to get back to Glissa. If they miss a land drop, this is really good for me. Okay, they don't. What can this do when it hits me? Destroy an enchantment. Okay, they can draw a card and lose a life. What does this do? 3 damage? Oh, perfect. And it needs 3 oil counters? Perfect. Do I want to play the Sawblade Scamp so I can hit them for an extra 1 this turn? And I'll discard the Chrome Prowler then. I think I want to discard the Sawblade Scamp. I'm going to hit them for 5. Oh, perfect. Now I can discard the Shrapnel Slinger. I think that was worth it. To wait, because discarding the shrapnel sling, the saw blade scamp was probably better usually. And I played the land because if I draw another one, I can play the Chrome Prowler and activate. Gosh, Hazardous Blast was good there. They're playing 4 colors. No, that's not 4. Jeez, Nikolai. Okay. What did they see? Just a 2/2. Got the win. Whew. Okay. So they have a draw Skull Bomb, Glissa, Green Sun's Twilight, some 1 toughness guys. They have a Blue Sun's Twilight as well. Wait, they're playing blue? Oh my gosh. So they're playing a... They've got a good number of 2-drops. This is good against Glissa. Probably better than the Molten Rebuke is. Because they can buy back Glissa with Molten Rebuke stuff. It keeps it out of the graveyard so they can't bring it back. So that gets a little bit of a boost. This game could go long, but Grotz isn't going to do much, I don't think. Filigree Silex, no. I think I'll just make that 1 tweak. We will keep this. I think they have a better controlling deck, and so I'm just going to go all out here. Oh my gosh. I'm so scared of this adaptive. It's going to own me. No. Okay. Perfect. The reason I did it like this is so I can Mesmerizing Dose the adaptive. That was the goal. Doing 4 damage trades because I need to make sure my Hazardous Blast actually does something in this game. Sure. I don't want them to flash it back. I say as they immediately proceed to be able to flash it back. That's not good. Yeah, this game's over. I just didn't hit my lands well enough. I needed to be... If I'd... Like, I kept a 3-lander, I think. I definitely didn't keep a 2-lander. But if I didn't hit my 4th land on in time, it was just too much of a burden. They have a 4/4 haste thing. They have some tokens too. Delivery Silex is good against tokens. And it's good against the adaptive. I'm gonna cut the 3-mana removal spell. Sketchy hand. We're gonna keep it though. I wish this land was untapped, but it can get us our island. I think we have to play it like this. Oh my gosh. What? They kept a 1-lander? Oh gosh. How can I punish that? I need an ossification. Something. I'm not a very fast deck. Oh, I'm gonna be able to punish them here. That's a bummer. Way more spells than I do. But I just have to hope that they get stuck on land. Rat. Sure. Oh, that could be good. Them attacking here is insanity, it feels like. It's my best chance of winning this game. I think they have to. I mean, they're going to take 2 damage from this thing if they don't trade it for my 3/2. I have to hope they keep missing lands. Yes! Got there! Oh my gosh. When you're playing in these big events, you don't care if your opponent gets mana screwed. You're just like, okay, how do I capitalize? My gosh. That was insane! Gosh, that was tough. That was such a tough one. Gosh, okay. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We are on the draw without a 2-drop, and we can't cast our ossifications. I think we have to keep it, though. Our deck is a little bit weak, so mulliganing is really bad. Because it just puts you down a card when you're already into disadvantage. Nice, we hit a 2-drop. That's huge. Now we have 2-drop into 3-drop into 4-drop. What? They used Volt Charge on that guy? That was also a good draw. I know I could have played the Ichor Plate Golem there, but I'm just going to play the 1/4 because it blocks way better. Okay. I can't believe they used Volt Charge on this guy. That's the first escape experiment that's ever been Volt Charged, it feels like. Okay. No attacks yet. Just biding my time, waiting until I draw a plane so I can get these ossifications rolling. I'm gonna start attacking. If they hit me, then I can just keep hitting them. I have quite a few good draws here. Like, okay, so they hit me for 3, and then I get to hit them for like 1 billion. What are they gonna play? Okay, they play that guy. Okay, so that is actually kind of problematic. Ooh, that's not a good draw. It will be. I need to hit this plains. I have 2 plains. I have the extra land that can produce white on a temporary basis. They can't attack me, though, so I have time. At least I don't think they can attack me. Oh, no, they can give that guy first strike. Oh, no. I'm 1 prophetic prism away from this being okay for me. Five. Yep. Gotta risk it for the biscuit. That's unfortunate, though. Gosh darn it. Couldn't we have just drawn our white source? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. I guess this one wouldn't have worked, though. So we had 4 outs. Feels bad. I had the whole game to draw them. That opening hand was sketch. Okay, red-green. Removal is good against that big guy. This kills the big guy, and they have a lot of equipment, so I'm definitely keeping that in. Chat is asking if I should have double blocked, and I don't think so. I think double blocking is just a recipe for disaster, because my only out is really drawing a plains, and then I'll be at 4 or whatever, but... or 3, but I'll have my extra 3/3 in play. They have quite a few tokens. Seeing 1 toughness guys. That's so funny. Of course, I draw both planes and my prism in this hand. I'm going to keep it, though. I've got a couple 2-drops. Better than mulliganing. That's so rich. Let's just say. Okay. I'm going to kill the Hex Gold Halberd for sure. And I kill a creature. Okay, bringing back in Hazardous Blast. Happy to make this trade. Should have attacked before playing the Furnace Strider. I don't really want to block with the Furnace Strider. But if they attack, it'll tell me what's in their hand. Okay, so they have a bite. Or another combat trick. See, this is exactly what we were hoping would happen. See, there's some argument for like, oh, I'll use my Avika, and save my, this thing, but the problem is if I miss a land drop for Avika, I'm just falling behind, and it's better to save my more efficient spell. I could have done this a little differently, like hit them a couple times. They'd be at 12. And then I could play Avika and give it haste for the win. But now I'm pretty sure that they have bite. They're deciding whether to bluff attack, maybe. Okay, so they don't have a combat trick. They have bite. really kind of hoping to get this Ovika into play. Dang it, I knew they had that card. What was I thinking? That was a terrible play by me. I knew they had that guy. Oh my gosh, I should have needed to just kill their guy. Oh my gosh, I literally have been spending the entire game talking about how they have Infectious Bite, and then I just did that. Yeah. That's pretty egregious, I must say. Pretty egregious. This is my only way to win. Just awful. I will say, I'm just totally dead now. If I had just killed their guy and then I played Ovika this turn and gave it haste, I would have won. I have no way to beating the Sylvark Battle Chair. They just turn all their guys into monsters and I lose. I've already used all my equipment removal. It's all gone. Dang. Welcome to round 3. I'm going to keep this. It's a terrible hand, but I don't want to mulligan again. I mean, not again. I haven't mulliganed at all. But my hand has been pretty bad, and my deck is pretty bad, so it's not really a great combo. Yeah, last game I could have won, I think. If I had been more aggressive with my Furnace Strider attacking them, and then if I had just, like, killed their guy, like, yeah. I will say that I do get distracted when I stream, and so I just don't pay attention to that sort of thing. I should have written it down. I just made a note of it. Are they the second one? Gosh darn. Though to be fair, this thing kills like all my creatures, because my creatures suck. getting rid of that guy because he'll give this thing flying, which is really, way harder for me to deal with, I think. I have plenty of 2/1s I can throw in front of this guy. Also, if I had drawn a land that last game to play my Ovika on curve before they had their 6/5 in play, then I would have won that game by a landslide. Oh my gosh. I just messed it up super badly. At least I was thinking on the right level before I just botched it completely. I have to get rid of the edifice. Because I can't get rid of Canker Bloom because it'll just sacrifice itself. Oh, man. We're going to get back a 5/5. You have to focus on the round you're in. That last round is dead to me. I could have lost game 3 anyway. I'd still be in the same spot. I could have lost that game anyway. I could have lost that game from some other card they had in their hand that I didn't know about. So many possibilities, but the odds of Ovika, a 6/6 flyer, winning that game were so likely. Gosh. Like, I had to block, because if they have the combat trick, I die. I guess I could have attacked with the might. I have the combat trick. Weird double block. Gonna play the land, because if I do want a Rebel Salvo, this way I can still use the Mirex. Got there. Okay, do they have any 1 toughness guys? I didn't see any. They have Canker Bloom, which is really annoying. I'm gonna play Silex. That way I'll have another answer to the Masticore. I'll just start ticking it up and then leave it on 5, probably. Oh, I was almost going to start the recording again, but I'm just going to keep the hand. The recording was already going because I'm playing a best of 3 game. My deck is really bad against the ambulatory thing. Like, super bad. And they have 2 of it, so I'm just like... That's kind of where my mind's at. Like, oh, I'm just toast. If they just play Edifice, kill my guy, it's just like... And then they'll play Edifice and kill another guy. Because I just have no answers to this. All my guys are 1 toughness. I can't even sideboard accordingly. Also really helps that the only card I've drawn this game is a Sawblade Scamp, which I pretty much only play because you just need to play every cheap card you have, from my experience. Uh-oh. Yeah, this game's over. 2 expensive cards. Not great. Okay, game 3. How can I beat the sword? Filigree Silex can kill the sword. People might think I concede early, but part of it is just like, you gotta save mental energy when you can. And sure, I could sit through it and just lose to the sword, because I have no spells in my hand. I can't kill the sword, really. I guess I have, like, a couple things that could potentially kill the sword. But I'm not getting close to casting them. And I'm just going to get hit. They're going to draw 2 more cards. And I'm just going to lose. Because my deck can't beat that kind of value. I got 2 for 1. I'm gonna be like 5 cards behind. They have a full grip. They're not like a deck that has bad cards in it. Okay, I'm going to keep this. Sure, I need to draw an island, but, you know. That's never stopped me before. Okay, maybe drawing an island was ambitious. Mountains are kind of my jam. Historically, I've always been known as a mountain guy. I only really like the mountains, you know. I don't really like the islands. The islands are a bit too, Oh my gosh. I thought you had to pay mana to put things up, put a counter on this. Oh my gosh. You have to pay the mana to draw a card. You don't have to pay the mana to put the counter on it. Oh my gosh. Not only have I drawn mountains, but the mountains were literally the worst draws in my entire deck. Like, I can't cast any extra spells from the mountains. It just, like, floods me. Oh my gosh. Well, this is a game. Oh yeah. Some might say too little too late. Others? Who knows? I'm not others. I don't know what they say. I will say this card is looking very good from my opponent's perspective. Oh my gosh. Canopy? So much value. So much win. I think this card is only good if you have Proliferate. Most games aren't going to go the way this one did, where I didn't cast a single spell the entire game until, like... I guess I cast 2 spells. That's not true, technically. But in my experience, most games don't go like this. Normally, this would be a very good card in Sealed that I would play every time. Yeah, I think this one's over. Oh, never. Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, sure, they're going to draw an extra card every turn, and I can't possibly win. But if they didn't have that card that drew them extra cards, I would be able to do some serious jams. I think this game is over, I would say. Unless I draw Ovika this next draw step. And they don't have an answer, because they have used their 2 kill spells for flyers. They probably brought those in because I played Ovika. And then they just happened to kill all my other guys. Card would have been nice earlier when I was drawing all mountains. Ah, well. You try. I don't think my deck could have gotten to 7 wins no matter what I did, because it's just, yeah. They're playing reasonable cards, and I'm just playing garbage 2-1s, so I don't die early. I think this is one of the worst seal pools I have had in the format. There are some pretty reasonable ones, and then there's ones like this, where it's just like, oh gosh. Might as well play it out. I don't have anything else to do right now. Just frustrating. Like, I'm just looking at their card quality. It's just... Actually, like, these cards are pretty good sideboard cards. This card's great. This card's great. I could have played this card, but it's really kind of bad in my deck. I feel like. Generally. Like, I could have played this card, my 2 anticipates, but that's always felt too slow when my opponents have done it and when I've done it. And I didn't really want to just have like a random mana card. This card's also looking really good this game because they like played it on turn 2 and I did nothing the entire game. But it looks a little bit worse. If you, oh, great. Yep. Manticore, you love to see it. Yeah, I think I can safely concede now without anybody blaming me for it. Not that I really care about that, but yeah. Yep. Just classic. We went 2 and 2. Probably better than average for that pool. Like, what's my best card in that deck? Probably Ovika, but Ovika's not even good. Because she's so expensive. Like, if Ovika costs 6, she'd be really good. Oh, I only went 1-2. That's fair. 1 win, 2 losses. Quick and easy. Yeah. I have Ovika and no other reasonable cards. My other cards are pretty bad. I have the Mirex. But yeah, I knew as soon as I opened that pool, just looking at the rares, that I was in deep trouble. Like, my rares are just not good. Like, Grotz is unplayable. This card doesn't do much. Every time I've seen it, it's done very little. This card is very slow. And also not super high impact most of the time. So yeah, this is just one of the worst pools I've had. My white cards are good, but I don't have enough 2-drops to really play white. Like, I have 1 2-drop. And then just a bunch of random removals. But you can't really play a color with only 1 2-drop in this format. You just need to have, like, at least 6, it feels like. But yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. And I did make that pretty bad play. If I had used my ossification there against that guy, I could have won that game, I think. I just get rid of their 6-5. The thing was I also got unlucky in terms of my draws being bad. Like, I had bad draws and I had a bad deck. So it was like the double combo. Because if I'd had better draws, like, even a bad deck can look good. Like, in the round where I lost due to the, like, Furnace Strider play, playing Ovika out, if I had, in game 1 of that, drawn a Plains, I would have won with my ossification. Or if I'd drawn a Prophetic Prism, or if I'd drawn even the Mirex for a 1-use Plains, I would have won because of my ossification. But I just couldn't draw a white source the entire game. And then in game 2, if I had played ossification and then Ovika, I would have won probably. I just defaulted to autopilot because I was not focused enough. But yeah, the deck was pretty bad. I think I played pretty well for the most part, other than like the couple of mistakes. Especially round 1. In order to win round 1, I had to play out of my mind because my deck is pretty horrific. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I like playing these qualifier things, and I hope you folks enjoy watching them. If you made it all the way to the end, leave hashtag junk in the comment section down below, because just comparing my sealed deck to everyone else's, it's just like complete junk and pretty awful. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you next time.